Hello, hope you're doing great. So, today we are about to discuss abundance. Um, Now, understand that in order to manifest anything, you require energy. Uh, Energy comes from emotions. Hmm? But what is happening in today's scenario is that people are trying not to have emotions, not to feel anything. Hmm. People are trying to be cruel, to be heartless, to show the other person that I can be more brutal than you. Hmm. If you have no emotions, you will have no power. Your fuel to manifest anything is emotion. So that's why abundance and love are so closely related. Because when you are in love, you have emotions. It can be sorrow, or it can be happiness, it can be unconditional love if you're lucky. Mhm. But you are definitely feeling something when you are in love. Mhm. But what happens is, as we grow older, we start to attach shame with these emotions. We think that, oh, now I am 30 years old, no one should be able to break my heart. Hmm. But how will you progress then? How will you learn? Uh, People think that I am 40 years old. By now, I should have learned the art of detachment. I should remain indifferent from others. Hmm. But in order to cultivate indifference, which is vairagya, what are they doing? They are making the other person obsess over them so that they do not have to obsess over the other person. Now that you are using so much of mental energy in love and relationships, how will you have any energy to manifest? Hmm. The problem with today's dating culture is that everyone is running away from emotions and trying to build wealth, but you cannot build wealth while avoiding emotions. That is the spiritual law. You cannot avoid life and live life at the same time. If you are avoiding emotions, do not be in this illusion that you will be allowed to earn money and to live a happy life because you are trying to avoid emotions, real emotions, sadness, sorrow, jealousy, hmm, disappointment, frustration. You're trying to avoid it. You haven't mastered the energy yet. You cannot avoid life. Even if you are in your 50s, life cannot be avoided. The sooner you learn this truth, the earlier you will become successful. Every emotion has a threshold, and you will be required to touch that threshold, hmm, so that the ceiling can be broken, so that the energy of that emotion can flow within you. uninterruptedly. Hmm. Are you getting it? What you are doing currently? For example, you have suppressed love. You have suppressed love. Now what? You've put a block on it. Now, how will you find love in samsara when you yourself have suppressed it, blocked it? How will you find love in samsara? You think universe is so stupid that you will be allowed to avoid love and then find love at the same time? No. No matter how many manipulative tactics you use, it's not gonna work. These are the harsh realities of samsara. There are spiritual rules, and the sooner you start to live as per these rules, the easier your life will become. Now, instead of facing anger, you are suppressing anger. So you have put a block on the energy. Similarly, you have put so many blocks. Now the energy is not going upwards. Energy is not free to travel within your spine. Hmm. In order to manifest, you require a lot of energy. You know how much energy I am containing within myself currently at this moment. Energy within me is free. I should have been dancing around, singing songs. I feel bliss majority of the time. Hmm? I can't do it. I'm practicing the art of remaining stoic, just like Maharshi. Hmm? Just think about Maharshi. He was sitting in the stone hall in his usual position, and they received a telegram, hmm, where a devotee wrote to Bhagwan that Bhagwan, my daughter is very sick and I'm not in the condition to come to ashram to bring her in front of you so that you can heal her because Bhagwan has performed healing miracles. These are not even miracles. We'll talk about this in a while. So I'm not able to bring her to the ashram because she is so sick currently. But please save her, Bhagwan. Please do something. And this telegram was read in front of Bhagwan. And Bhagwan said, take some vibhuti from ashram and send it to him. But the vibhuti would have taken 2-3 days to reach that man's address. But what happened was, the moment the telegram was read in front of Bhagwan, that's the precise moment when the devotee's daughter started showing signs of recovery. So here, Maharshi learned about the girl's condition, and there she started having signs of recovery. How is it happening? It is happening because within Maharshi there is no blockage, and any desire of yours, any need of yours that comes into his attention will be fulfilled. In that moment, in that precise moment, the process of fulfillment of your desire will begin. That's the power of manifestation, that is bestowed upon a Jivan Mukta, a self realized being. Now, this is not a miracle. In our eyes, it is a miracle, but in reality, what's happening is Maharshi's thoughts are reaching Brahman directly. There is no blockage. Nothing is blocking the energy. And so, he himself has said that whatever you bring in the attention of a self realized being, hmm, that thing will start manifesting. It will start occurring in samsara. So, people who went there with a desire to become knowledgeable, they gained knowledge. People who went there with a desire to attract material wealth, they attracted material wealth. So now, because you have blockages, Maharshi's manifestation is quick, but you have blockages. So that manifestation, in order for it to reach you, it will take some time. That's the power of manifestation that's available to human beings. If you are willing not to avoid life, not to avoid emotions. I'm having pain in this nerve. Are you getting it? So, there are many instances occurring in Ramanashram. Even now, people go there with questions and they come out with answers. This is the power of energy. Now you are trying to block energy. How are you going to be successful then? So now we understand that if we try to avoid emotions, we can never have a strong law of attraction within our reach. Universe wants to see that you have become wise. How? How can you demonstrate wisdom? By mastering emotions. So you should be able to contain all the hurt, all the trauma, all the drama, all the injuries that have occurred upon your self respect. You should be willing to master the energy of each and every emotion. That is the sure, short way to have a really fast law of attraction. Because when you have endured pain and you still love everyone and you still forgive everyone, forgiveness is the key, and you still want to be of help, that is wisdom. That the pain did not turn you into a bitter person. But I see people who have become bitter, men, women, and there are children as well who are turning into really rude, rude people. See, contain all the energies within, have the energy of rudeness. If it is required somewhere, be ready to unleash it. contain the energy of arrogance. If it is required somewhere, be prepared to deliver it. Huh? But that shouldn't be your nature. Hmm? So, mastering these energies for a long period of time. Hmm? So, that is the process of Manonigraha, which ends in self inquiry, which leads to Manonasa. Hmm. So, for a really long period of time, you will have to go through Manonigraha. Manonigraha is all about love, forgiveness, kindness. Hmm? If you are ready to endure pain and suffering while forgiving each and every person who inflict pain and suffering upon you, at the end, universe will see that you have mastered the energy. Hmm. What is the indication for the universe that you have mastered the energy? Grief will not make you sad. Hmm. Jealousy wouldn't feel like jealousy. If you are in a situation where typically you would be jealous, but now you are not jealous at all. So that energy is removed from the system. Sadness. Huh? So the color of sadness is removed from the aura. So now slowly and slowly you are becoming pure. Energies are falling off. That's what manifestation is. This is the route. Hmm. But who has this much time? Do we have time? So, what we do is we hold on tightly to the Guru. Hmm. So, there was this Jivan Mukta hmm, in Arunachala only. So, at that time, Maharshi was here. This another Jivan Mukta was also there. And his name is Sesadri Swamingal. Hmm. So, now what he used to do was he would enter any shop and he would just destroy the shop completely. He would take objects, break them, break the structure of the shop because they were all thatched huts. He would just entirely demolish the shop and then just go by, walk alone, dancing and singing and just. And he was the one who used to shout at people also. But he was a Jivan Mukta, as much as I have read. And I think Maharshi also have said. So now, what is the result? Why would he used to Why did he do that? Because right after he demolished the shop, somehow suddenly the owner of that shop would start to receive a lot of money. So this Jivan Mukta, he realized that there is Maharshi who is the symbol of wisdom and silence, the silent initiation. Hmm. So Maharshi is doing his work. Now my work is to bring prosperity in different way. So now what he is doing, just as he understood that he has abundance and he can transfer it or share it, he started going to people's shops. So in the beginning, I think he would get beaten as well. But then gradually people realize that there is some connection. The moment this man he comes to our shop and he destroys everything, that's the moment we become prosperous. Hmm. So what I'm trying to say is that you will have to pursue sadhana. Sadhana is all about containing the energy within. Hmm. In order to do that, you require protection. Hmm. That protection will come from the Guru, and Guru knows you require finances. This entire samsara has been designed by the Guru for your Atma Unnati. Hmm? So, what you need to do? Cling to the feet of the Guru. And what will happen is, while you pursue sadhana, hmm, Guru will make sure all your needs, all your requirements are being fulfilled. Your family hmm, has enough resources to live and survive. Hmm. And that much is enough. Now, if you are thinking that you require to maintain a lifestyle, hmm, so those who are only wishing to maintain a lifestyle will receive very little or no wisdom at all. Hmm. But those who are inclining towards receiving wisdom, because they can see that if I go through this sadhana for the next 10 years, hmm, I will reap greater benefits in terms of my own spiritual maturity. Hmm. Those who can see that and those who are inclining towards wisdom will receive more and more support in the form of guidance. Hmm. But that does not mean that your financial needs will not be fulfilled. Hmm. Because there is absolutely no way that you can pursue Manonigraha while seeing your loved ones living a life of scarcity. Mm-mm. Manonigraha is for you, it is not for the family. Are you getting it? So you will be asked to live a life where you are learning to contain all the energies within. What's happening is men know that in order to look masculine, they are required to appear stoic. Hmm. But then they realize that when I feel emotions, I lose my stoicism. I lose the frame. Hmm. Now what? That means I must avoid emotions. So your threshold to feel emotions is really low. Anyone can frustrate you, anyone can annoy you, anyone can make you jealous, and you will start to compete for their attention. Hmm. Because you're like, oh, this girl is really great. Oh no, if I do not compete for her, I will lose her. Who cares? Let her go. Hmm. So, men have stopped themselves from feeling emotions, and that's why you are not accumulating wealth. In order to accumulate wealth, you require a proper channel within you where emotions are flowing freely. Hmm. Now, do not compare yourself to these super ultra rich people. Their destiny is to be that, so that there is structure in samsara. Hmm. You are here for your own self. So think about yourself. Ah, that's why stop avoiding life. If you avoid life, you will still have to face it when you are 50 years old. Huh? When the midlife crisis hit you, what are you going to do? If you haven't mastered these emotions now, when you are young, how will you master these emotions? How will you fight with depression at the age of 55 and 60? Currently, you have more life force. If you try to master and learn how to contain these energies within, you can learn it now. So do not procrastinate. Go into every situation. Deal with every being that can make you feel something. Hmm? Even if it is just sadness, even if it is anger and frustration, huh? You will have to face it at the end. Hmm. Are you getting it? Now, these modern day spiritualists, they are talking about 4D and 5D. They are talking about so many spiritual constructs, which is a part of modern day spirituality. I have been doing a research upon it, and I have completed my 1 year research. From last May to this May. But there, there are more concepts that need to be explored. So I require more time to understand what's going on because they are focusing on occult powers. Hmm. They are not gaining it externally. People are here on our planet who have naturally, who have spiritual gifts, hmm, by birth. So now these people, they have the ability to connect with each other telepathically or by the use of divination. That's all fine. In no way, shape, or form is it evil or unethical. No, it's not. But then they do not know what Brahman is. So even they are stuck. So in their mind, they are calling it the fifth dimension. Hmm. Yes, it is. Because now you are able to connect with everyone's mind. Hmm. Not everyone, but with those who are in the fifth dimension. Hmm. But is this fifth dimension the final reality? No. Brahman is the final reality. All dimensions, all realms, the entire existence, nothing is real. Ah, mind is unreal. Currently, most of us, majority of us, I think 95% of the population is only aware of the I amness, aware of the I thought. They are not aware of the heart. Hmm. And even if they have experienced Sphurana, they are not aware of the heart. Even if they have heart here, the grace of Maharshi, that that made me experience the heart, and I experience it all the time. Hmm? I wouldn't have understood the significance of this Hridayam if mind was not getting lost in the source again and again. Hmm? Again and again, mind comes down and goes into the source, Hridayam. So, what happens is, I see that actions are being done, but there is no internal dialogue. There is no responsibility of the thought. Hmm. Excuse me. Are you getting it? And this has been said as the glimpses of Nirvikalpa. I used to think this is Nididhyasana, and I have been experiencing this condition for so long, 1 year or so maybe. I thought this is Nididhyasana. Alright, not an issue. But the state where mind on its own goes into the source and comes out of it has been termed as a form of samadhi. Hmm? Glimpses. These can be said as the glimpses of samadhi because you are not spending more time in that state. Hmm. But there's another possibility that the sadhaka will jump to Sahaj Avastha. There's another possibility. And for so long, I have been reading Maharshi's words, and they are coming to me naturally, automatically. He's trying to teach me that these samadhis, they are not a requirement. These samadhis are actually one step below Sahaj Avastha. So when you see someone who is sitting in samadhi for 2 weeks or 2 months, you will think that they have high authority. They have high authority, but they do not have the highest authority. Hmm? What's happening is Maharshi has given this example that once a rishi was asking his disciple to bring water. Hmm. But before the disciple could bring in water, the rishi went into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now he came out of the trance after years. So many years later, when he came out, the first thought that came to his mind was water, water. Where is water? Bring me water. This is what he started to say because mind is in the form of thoughts. Mind is nothing else but thought. So the thought that went into the source was water. I want water, bring in water. So the same thought came out water, water, bring me water. Hmm. So Maharshi is saying that this is not the final state, and you should not aspire to experience this state. If this state occurs, it is fine. If you go directly into Sahajavastha, that is much better. So that's what he is saying. Because a self-realized being, you cannot recognize a self-realized being. If they are sitting in a crowd and they do not say a word, you won't be able to recognize them. If they want to remain hidden, they will be hidden. Hmm. This is how Sahaj the final state is. That's why it is known as Sahaj Avastha. It is very simple because the final truth is simple. Hmm. So the sage in this state is very humble. He doesn't even know his qualities. The sage has no idea that he is possessing hmm, so much of, I don't know what word to use here, miraculous power, that everyone is being drawn to the sage. Sage has no idea. Hmm. So if you are trying to remain stoic hmm, by avoiding emotions, it's never gonna happen. You must remain stoic in the presence of all emotions, just like Maharshi used to remain as unshakable as a stone, as a rock. But every time he saw a devotee who was filled with devotion, Maharshi too cried with him. Hmm. So that's the ability of your mind to remain flexible, to move with the flow. Hmm. Now you are taking away your mind's ability to generate flow. Then how do you expect something great to happen in your life? Hmm. I know it is difficult and it wasn't easy for me to sit on all these emotions. Hmm? It wasn't easy. And women get scared. Men too, but women get scared more easily because you will start to lose your physical beauty. Hmm. Now, this is a camera, and so you cannot see my face clearly, even though there are no filters. Brightness might be high, I don't know. So, you come and see me face to face. Hmm? I have feet. My feet is, my heels are cracked. Dust is trapped within them. Hmm? Because I walk barefoot and I don't care if this earth is entering my body. I am honored to love this earth, this soil. I don't care if there are hair on my face. Hmm? It's good for me actually. If I have a little bit of facial hair here, it's actually good. If I like the guy, I can sit like this. If I don't like him, I can sit like this. So, all right. Understand that you will lose beauty. It's true. My hair, I've lost most of my hair. But if I hadn't made these sacrifices, would I be feeling so content? Would I be experiencing the Hridayam and the presence of Maharshi that I experience all the time? Would Arunachala be visiting me in my dreams? Hmm? No. Would I be able to sit in front of you? Huh? How would I have then talked about Sphurana? Hmm? It's okay. It's okay. Men and women both It's okay if you are losing your beauty. It's fine. And men are worried about finances, that if they go into hardcore sadhana, they will not have stability. And I understand the fear. Do not think that I don't understand it. But let the fear rise within you and master the energy. Hmm? Become truly stoic. Hmm. I have to I have to contain the bliss within me. I have to learn it. You know, the people who know me, they know how I have been laughing for the past, I think one or more than 1 year. Hmm. You are already flowing with bliss. You are already so happy. But on top of it, if you start to laugh, uh, what happens is my entire system gets shaken. I start to fall here, there while laughing because you are not able to contain the energy within. Hmm. And this is what happens with babies. हाँ, infants while they are laughing, कभी इस तरफ गिर जाएंगे, कभी ऐसे गिर जाएंगे, कभी पीछे गिर जाएंगे, हम्म, पीछे गिर जाएंगे. So, hmm. So now are you understanding? If you avoid emotions, life will not be avoided. You will still have to face it at the end. Hmm. So what you are going to do from now on, feel the emotion and surrender it to the Guru. Pray to the Guru that Bhagwan, I am experiencing this emotion and I don't want to experience it. I know I am required to experience it, but I am taking the shortcut, I am giving it to you. No, I will not face it. You will face it on my behalf because I am weak. I will not face it. Say this. Hmm? And if you want to say that I will face it, but be with me, Bhagwan. Be my wisdom, be my courage. Because I am weak. If you want to pray like this, pray. But you will have to stop avoiding emotions so that the energy can flow freely. And at the same time, you will have to keep on accumulating wisdom, extracting wisdom out of Maharshi's words. Hmm? This is what surrender is. So Maharshi said somewhere that people think that by saying the words I surrender, they have surrendered. No. Real surrender is the surrendering of your desires and your wants. Hmm? Now that you have surrendered, how can you ask for anything from the Guru? Now you belong to the Guru. Hmm? So learn the deeper meaning of surrender, which is accepting everything that is being given to you in the form of emotion. So the best way to do this is to have a partner. Hmm. excuse me, is to have a partner. Anytime you are with another human being, there will be clashes. There definitely, no matter how mature you are, no matter how mature both of you are, there will be fights and there will be clashes. Hmm. But when you are with someone who is like a safe container to you, hmm, it becomes easier to master these energies. Hmm. So, in the next video, we will discuss about Karma Yoga, Grihastha Ashram, all these topics, and we will discuss about the energy quota because all of us have different energy quota available to us. Hmm. And we will understand how to utilize that energy pool, that quota. Hmm. All right. So I'll see you in the next video then. Take care.